So if you can look in here, I'm already starting to have the dirt settle because I'm pushing in there. So before it's too late, I have all of the plants in there, I'm gonna add a little more dirt and just shove it in there. That's why I said fill it up as high as you can to start with, because as you push in there and stick the plants in, the dirt's gonna sink down and compact down. You can add dirt later with a teaspoon, but it's not really very easy at that point. So I'm just going to add some dirt now. Hopefully it'll be a little bit, easier now than later. Okay, so I want to add a couple more variety of colors here on this side. So I'm going to take this one here. Okay, give it a cut. Use my tool to poke it in there. I already have like eight plants. I have a lot of plants in there already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I already have 10 plants in there. So you can see I like to pack them in there. And you don't have to. You can make them a lot more singular. All right, so now I'm going to add some of these. Okay, I've pulled off a lot of the leaves, so I have a nice long stem with not too many leaves to start off with. And I'm putting these a little bit at an angle. Okay, so there's a little space under here, under this big one. So I'm just gonna stick that right down in there. I'm shoving it right down there in the bottom. Okay, I want something a little bit lighter color right in here. I might take one of these. This is a nice tall stem. Let's see. It might be a little bit too tall, but let's see. Maybe just trim it just a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna stick my tool down there. The stem is a little bit thicker, so it's going in a little bit more difficult. All right, I'm just gonna compact the dirt around it. Okay, I'm gonna now go at an angle so I can get under those that are already in there. So you have a lot of little tiny ones also, and those are good to put at those little tiny spaces that are right inside there. Little tiny ones. I trimmed most of your stems, the leaves, but you can trim more if you'd like. All right, so there's a hole here. Right in here, there's a hole. I want to put something right in there that maybe will stand up a little bit taller. Let's see. Okay, here, I'm going to take this one and stick it right in there. Just to fill up that space. So I probably have, I didn't count them now, I probably have like 15 in there. Okay, this is one of those little bellflowers. It's probably, it might grow a little bit, but it might not. And if it stops growing or it wilts, I'll just take my trimmers and cut down at the stem of the flower and cut it off. Because it may or may not grow. So there you have one. I'm gonna just spray it just because I'm sitting out here in the sun and I want to make sure it doesn't get too dried out. So I'm just spraying it. Remember, your dirt is probably still really wet, which is good. I'm just gonna keep it damp. Right, you don't really have to soak it now because you know your stems are in that wet soil. So there you have the tallest one. I jammed a lot of plants in there, which I just like to do just because you can always cut them off.